Hey guys, Crew of Blind Wave, I'm Eric.
I'm Calvin.
Aaron.
And we're back with the season finale to The Bear. Last time on The Bear.
It was a weird episode. We had some smaller moments, but then we had a lot of just, I don't know, artsy shots too, I think.
Yeah.
Carmen and Cicero talked. I really liked that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of talking about
Dreams are a son of a bitch. Yep.
Yeah, and it's like, I wish I could have done more. And they both kind of had that, what more could you have done kind of thing.
Yeah.
We had the facts go talk to Claire.
They did. You were in an operating room?
After they had talked with Carmen and the trash thing, and he was like, there's chaos and she's the peace, right?
Yeah.
And then we're waiting on the review, which might be this episode maybe of the review.
And it could be good, it could very well be bad.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We shall.
I want Carmen and
Electra.
Frankie to be good.
Richie
to be good. They've been separated the entire season since that argument finale last season. I feel like so much of the show is based on that relationship.
We had that shot where it was like the wall split,
and
like they were both kind of on opposite ends, kind of looking towards each other, but not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and I learned that the actors that play Tina and her husband Angel, from Dexter, are married in real life.
Are they?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
That's so sweet.
I
love
had no
that.
idea. So I thought that was pretty cool. And with that cool fact, we start.
Order. Oh, fuck. There wasn't even anyone in the corner.
Fresh.
Yeah, I get that. You're like, fuck. I should go wash these. I gotta go wash these.
The floor is clean.
Morning, chefs.
Not that clean.
How we doing so far? Everybody good? Chef, you good? Appreciate it. Thank you.
And who's
Morning,
this chef?
chef.
Morning.
How we doing?
I'm just saying, we see different chefs for him all the time.
Yeah.
You'll have a legacy here in this restaurant, and after you leave. So always remember, right? Come in every single day and just try to do a little better than the day before. Just a little better. Modicum of effort.
Yes.
And that'll come.
I don't know why I want to work for this man.
Right. So why?
We're even nurturing our farmers, our fishermen, our foragers, and our gardeners who are bringing us all these wonderful ingredients. And so just remember, right? It's all about nurturing.
Chef.
I'll let you at it.
Thank you, Chef.
Thanks, Chef.
Man, he needs to take after that guy more.
Yeah.
Right? That guy's so chill,
The
so
music's
warm.
like new age meditation music, So it's so nice. So these are all various reviews for different chefs, I assume.
Was that Bradley Cooper?
Was
Yes.
that Limitless?
No, that was not Limitless. That was
He's in a.
he's in a cooking.
Yeah, dang
Yeah, I can't remember what it
I
is.
saw
Okay.
a thing on TikTok. Like, I should watch this movie. I
It's
didn't know
a-
Bradley Cooper did one of these.
It is a good movie. I really enjoyed
I
it.
can't remember what it's called. Burned or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting they had him
This
in
is
there.
the
as-
funeral.
It's just like there were so many faces I didn't recognize. That was the first time I was like, wait, I recognize that face. This is where they keep Captain America's suit.
Cool.
That's the one dude, right?
Yep.
I don't know his name. I forget.
It's not Adam. Huh.
That was like early.
I wonder if it's meant to be Bradley Cooper from that movie or just Bradley Cooper in general. You know?
You see that we hung your jersey up there?
Retired it, huh?
Yeah, fastest retired number of all time.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Yeah, man, we're honored.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you're honored. I'm a fucking legend.
Yeah, dude, that's my legendary dog right there.
And his legendary 4 days.
5 days, and I'd like to think that had I stayed on, my talents would have just flourished exponentially.
Yeah, so you're saying that we would have just retired your
This
jersey
is what I'm
anyway.
saying, correct.
you.
So, like, in reality, you saved us some time.
Yes, because every second counts, bitches.
Hello, Richie.
Hey, you guys mind if I hang in here for service?
You don't want to sit out there?
No, fuck that.
Of course.
hang with you guys. With you.
Oh, actually, again, needles.
Yes.
Hot potato, cold potato, because that has a needle in it.
It does.
Who puts needles in potatoes?
Yeah. What was the idea for that? I mean, as in, like, how did you come up with that plating? Because it's like nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah, you know what? I gotta run.
Sure. Why did I say needles so much?
I liked showing his passion.
She came.
Yeah.
How many different ways can you get ice cream to taste like cornbread? Turns out, months and months of different ways. It's like why I became obsessed with ice cream.
I never knew that. That's cool.
Things you learn.
Oh, he's here.
Ooze, can you not handle this? Is it too much for you? Answer.
Of course he's here.
I can handle it, chef.
I can handle it, chef.
Why a restaurant? Why not a restaurant?
And it was like, innovation still exists, and my heart like dropped. Like I was like, oh man. And it was just like that feeling of like creating something new is just like
And then having someone
everlasting.
you really respect
Absolutely.
say, okay.
This does not feel scripted. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I feel like
so many of the scenes. Is
I feel like several of them are real chefs that they have like either consulted or whatever on the show.
Has anybody ever left on the pre-order option? Don't say no like that. We're still sharing stories. I just wondered. I'm just curious.
I remember one time when I got a haircut in the middle of service. And
Stop it.
ridiculous.
That's crazy.
yo, this is crazy.
I'd shed for 3 days after I get a haircut.
There's nobility in this. We get to help people celebrate some of the most important moments of their lives. We can give them the grace, if only for a few hours, to forget about their most difficult moments. Like, we can make the world a nicer place. All of us in this room, we have this opportunity, perhaps even a responsibility, to create our own little magical world.
Oh, the scratch and sniff wine book.
You're a failure. Your brother hates you. Why do you keep trying? Fuck off.
What will we call this place?
Sorry, I forgot my spoon. I'm going to use my watch. Using my Rolex. I would see the regulars come in with their kids and their teenagers, and I would watch those kids become teenagers. I would watch those teenagers become grown-ups. And I saw families grow, families, people got married, people had kids, and I got to know them all, and I got to celebrate with them. And people don't remember the food. Sorry. It's the people that they remember. And so I just wanted to say, I'm so grateful that you're all here, and thank you. Thank you.
Did you work on this?
I think Carmi and I shot probably 10 million of these peas, day in, day out, like robots.
Shell shucking robots.
He hasn't really spoken, has he?
No, he hasn't. He's been so staring at
Chef Jess.
chef.
He kind of repurposed your trauma then, I guess.
That's all we can do, right? Come. You all right, mate? I'm staring.
Yeah, like really staring, actually.
He just needs to go talk to Chef Jeff.
Just a fucking asshole over there.
Which one?
Just a dude in the corner. Just don't look right now.
David Fields.
Oh shit, from Empire.
Yeah, he's a dickhead.
Hates black pepper for some reason I'll never understand. And he is getting up.
Calm.
Farm.
Oh, no, what's he doing? Oh, what's he doing?
He's gonna like attack him or some shit.
I think that's gonna end well.
Probably not.
Yeah,
I'm betting no.
He needs to have fire back at that guy at some point.
Chef. Chef.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Ragazzo?
He barely rums him.
I always wondered what I would say to you if I got to see you again.
Okay, let's have it.
After fuck you, I don't have much.
Still have these, huh?
I think about you too much.
I don't think about you.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you such a fucking asshole?
How am I an asshole?
Do you have half an hour?
You're welcome.
You gave me ulcers. And panic attacks and nightmares. You know that, right? You understand that?
Yeah, I gave you confidence and leadership and ability. It fucking worked. It worked. You're here. Look at all this. I'm gonna go piss now.
It's not what he imagined when he was
No.
talking to him again.
He's pushing every vein out as far as he can. Yeah, dang.
I don't just want Richie to fucking tear into that guy.
Is that who you want to be?
Do you want to be remembered as the best? Or do you want to be the best? Like, I want to work for the guy in the beginning of the episode. I don't want to work for that guy.
All right.
Hi. What's up?
Hi.
He wants that answer, huh?
And you're still interested?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because I sort of want to start making this thing
Absolutely.
real.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get it.
Yeah. Starting to look at spaces.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, just let me know. Just,
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Great. All right, let's get
Yes,
out of here.
yeah.
All right. Thank you, Chef.
Yeah.
Panic!
Hey, old friend.
Hi, Chef.
Finally had enough, have you?
No. It's wonderful. I mean, I just wanted some air.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Oh, you finally quit?
Yeah. How about you?
Oh, I've just started.
I don't think I ever got to tell you just how much I learned in this place.
How much did you learn?
It's a lot. Thank you.
Well, I learned plenty myself.
Yeah?
Yeah, I learned that I want to sleep in more, want to go to London more, want to go to a party, I want to meet people.
Live.
Precisely. Can I ask you something, Carmen?
Shoot.
Next time we see each other,
Yeah.
will you call me Andrea?
Yes, Chef.
Thank you.
Doesn't want to be a chef anymore.
Oh, I know some.
Literally went to Rich.
She wanted to party.
Facts.
It's really bad.
How bad?
Ooh. Ooh. Andrea Terry's in my freezer, and all I have are waffles and pizza.
This is amazing. Andrea Terry loves this shit.
I'm in the third person.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Echo waffles, chef.
What the fuck is that? It just goes into your
What's up
mouth.
there?
It gets into your cup.
That's only if you have cuffs. If you roll up your sleeves.
I like that.
I don't know why I thought this restaurant was not where they live. You know what I mean?
Not in New York. You thought Richie went to London?
I thought he went somewhere else. Yeah.
Oh.
You know?
Is you ready to make a decision?
No, I
Or is
think
it-
he's just
or
having a
is it
panic
just
attack.
Too much.
Computer and Cicero.
The review came out.
these are all just words flashing in his head.
Yeah.
Fuck. Where's the review? Is the review bad? Are those all real words?
That's what I thought.
I think they were just all the things
know.
that were
I just wanna-
flashing before.
So let me read it.
Damn you, Smashing Pumpkins! Alrighty. Well, the review came out.
Don't know if it's good or bad.
Yep.
I'm assuming bad from the way his response was, right? But you could have a good motherfucker, I guess. That's like a relief kind of thing, right?
You
know what
could.
I mean?
You could. Would Cicero call 4 times it was good?
I don't know. Was this a call more times if it was bad?
I think so.
Well, how many times is more? Is 4 more?
I think 4
or
is
is
more.
like 4 like, hey, I'm trying to call you. The review came out. Why aren't you answering?
Sure.
Yeah.
Computer called though.
Computer called a couple times too. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
So I guess
I feel like computer wouldn't call. Yeah, maybe computer wouldn't call if it was bad. It'd be like, Cicero. But maybe computer's calling to congratulate. I don't know.
well, there was something else that Cicero didn't tell him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. There
Right?
was
And
there was
computer's like, why'd you
something
tell
that
him?
was happening, regardless of the review. Right.
Well,
I wanted to go back and kind of watch the jumps to kind of see like if it felt like, because we've been getting shots constantly of like the review, but like not being the review yet, you know?
Yeah.
Confusing. Excellent.
As each dish arrived, leaving me feeling so like culinary, confusing, culinary, excellent, dissonance, brilliant,
Innovative, brilliant.
sloppy,
Inconsistent. Delicious, simple, complex. I think they're all just like possibilities of what the review is going to be, just flashing through his head. It's like, is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Are they going to like fixate on this? Like
disappointed, Berzado, subtract, overdone, not subtract, edible,
timeless talent.
I don't know. It's just the way it goes through. Like some of it, like it's real fast.
It does not give you any answers on purpose.
Yeah, like and like so, it's flip flopping betwing words where I'm like, well, that could be a positive word. Like that could be a negative word.
There's overdose in there. One of those words was overdose and stale.
Yeah. I don't know.
Eric.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm just so happy. I want Richie and Jess to get together.
That'd be cool.
I did a little heart. It's like I don't want to forget this. I like them.
You know, high school doodling like your ship in the.
Yeah.
I hope that these two get together.
Pink heart with a purple border.
Now when I come back next time, I won't forget this. But
I kept waiting for Bradley Cooper to be at one of those tables.
That would be hilarious.
That would have been pretty funny. Now this season's strange for me because I feel like it's really good and not a lot happened.
No, I get
like
you.
I feel like it purposely, on purpose. This is the point. Spun in its tracks.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm not saying like it spun in its tracks and it didn't realize it was. It knew what it was doing, but I feel like there was a lot of times where it's like you're really getting like you're getting emotional impacts, but not knowing what's going to happen or going to happen next. And that can be kind of frustrating, but it also had these elements of feeling very, very real because that's a very real life feeling. Usually I want my plots to move and my story to be told, you know? Whereas this, like, there's a lot of elements of characters dealing with inaction, with not signing the paper and not being able to make that decision and not being able to move on from things, you know? Like, I understand that's the point.
Restaurant's costing too much money.
Yeah. Yeah. And I understand that's the point, but I feel like it's slightly different from the last 2 seasons for me in that regard, too.
Like you're not getting like resolution kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
even the season didn't end.
Sure, yeah.
Like they're fucking going that far now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think.
But like the review, the fork on the floor happened. Was it the first episode or the last episode of last season?
I think it was the end of the last.
Yeah.
Like the last season.
So we've got an entire season waiting for that to happen. You know.
I mean, if it's supposed to, is that what that's supposed to symbolize?
I think so.
Or is that supposed to symbolize like
no, like
detail for Rich's side?
that was the symbol that a reviewer had been there because that's what reviewers do, right? Like or whatever.
I don't know.
I've heard that they do
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I think it was one of you guys that said that, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
And then we just been waiting for the fruits of that review. But again, it's not a fault. It's a feature of this season. Just not something I super jived with as much. But I did jive with a lot of the feelings of these scenes. Like, so many of the scenes feel like improv. Even the ones that have the established actors that I know felt very improvisational this season compared to the last two for me. And I liked it.
Definitely felt like gently scripted.
I was like, I don't know. This whole show feels like real people more so than I think most shows do. So I don't know how to describe that otherwise, really.
Sure. Yeah.
If it's improv or it's just the way they act or whatever. But
this season, like, embraced a style of editing that feels like they created a lot of the narrative in the edit as opposed to in the script, is what it felt like to me. Kind of felt like there was a lot of like setups for scenes, but not necessarily like where exactly they're going. They kind of just like let them breathe and let the people talk like that. I like the scene with all the chefs talking about their experiences, what food means to them, and all that type of thing. But it felt so real that there was an element of like, this is just like a conversation, which is fun, but I don't really think of that in terms of like language of TV and movies sometimes, you know. So I enjoyed the challenge.
I think it's good if that also pays into like Carmen and Sydney and what they're going through and helping them to make the decisions they make.
Yeah.
Like, I think hearing all these chefs tell their stories and stuff and what the favorite moments are, or their worst moments, or how they got started or whatever, you know, like talking with Andrea, right? That's her name?
Yep.
Chef Olivia.
Andrea Terry.
Yeah. Like, having those moments and stuff and, like, having conversations of, like, here's a bunch of stories. I'm like, okay, these are cool stories. It's fun to, like, just see, like, real conversation in a way. But, like, where does this help Sydney? Does it inspire, you know, that one comment where it was like, my biggest regret was working for a terrible boss. Because, like, you know, having those moments help you to influence how you want to run your own place, you know? And then you have flashes of Carmen thinking about Chef David and then doing the same things from there that he does in his restaurant, you know? Like, does the conversation they have with those other chefs make him think differently about how he's doing things?
I hope
make
so.
Sydney think differently, or, you know, whatever.
I think that's part of the reason why he got up and confronted him, is because he was seeing all these flashes of himself being the person that he hated, you know?
Sure.
Well, because that guy traumatized him.
Yeah.
You know, like that guy, it was like, dang it, I keep forgetting the name of that movie with J. Jonah Jameson. The drums.
Yeah.
Whiplash.
It's like Whiplash, where it's like in the pursuit of perfection. You know, like Andrea, when she's there at the funeral for her restaurant, isn't saying like, and it was the food and that was the most important part. She's like, no, it was the people. That was the most important part. That other guy doesn't do that.
Yeah.
It's about the food and it's about the perfection of the craft. And as long as Carmi is better, then anything he went through is worth it, is what the guy thinks. And I think Carmi's learning that's not the case. That's not the balance that he wants in his life. He can achieve these fantastic heights, but if you can't enjoy them because of the person that you become to get there, what's the fucking point? You know?
Yeah. And it's the chef in the beginning talking about, like, you know, you just show up every day and you try to be just a little bit better than the day before. And that's all you have to do.
Yeah.
But that guy is like, if he has you, he's going to put you in a pressure chamber for 5 minutes and turn you into a diamond.
Yeah.
And
you either get better or you die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's all the time he has for you. If you're not gonna, turn into a diamond, then you're coal and you can get out of his way.
I mean, that's why you have the I think about you all the time. It's like, I don't think about you at all. Like, you were not important at all to me, except for in the moment I needed you to make the food, you know? Like,
and once you did, then that was what I expected of you, and you were not deserving of any praise.
But yeah, the first chef, like, seeing that, like, I like that scene too. Like, there's lots of scenes like those that I really like, but I want them to also, while they take time to do those kind of scenes, and it kind of breathes, and it's not like super cutty or real fast, and it's just like a real life moment, because like life isn't cut and edited, you know, life, like, there's lots of times it's slower. And
like, that scene specifically felt like, okay, you guys are going to do this dish,
and we're going to film the whole thing.
And you're going to just talk. So I want you, Carmi, this is your first day, talking to you, chef. You're yourself. Go. Is what it felt like to me. And
So,
I did enjoy that element.
But as long as those moments also help, and I feel like the first 2 seasons I felt it more than this season, of like it influencing where the main narrative and story was going.
It did.
Or changes in the people and stuff, you know? Like
Sure.
the moments we had with Marcus, I felt like we're pushing Marcus to want to do something different.
Yeah.
You know? Where sometimes with this one, like I don't really know what we're doing with some of it. Maybe that's maybe the reason it's to be continued is because we just haven't finished it, and they will make more sense later. But I feel like the first 2 seasons and 10 episodes maybe moved along more than these 10 episodes did.
Sure. I do feel like that line that Carmi had talking to Chef David, like my life stopped. I feel like this season stopped in that same way.
Yeah.
Like it feels like everyone is just holding on to so much trauma that no one is progressing the way that the momentum would have carried them.
Yeah. Well, and maybe it's, I don't know, how much time has passed? Because, like, last season they had, like, I don't know, 6 to 9 months because Nat got pregnant and her belly grew, and then this episode, this season she had her baby. Like, we went over months in the last season.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was...
And this one, I don't feel like we went over very much time. Like, a review didn't even come out, you know? Like, I don't know how long it takes for the review to come out.
Sure.
But it didn't. So, like, how much time passed in this? And maybe that's part of it, too, where, like, we were going through a little bit faster of pace because there was something that we were shooting for, whereas this one, it's been much slower, and that's why it doesn't feel like a lot happened, because we've really cut back now.
I think now that we're here at the end of the season, I've almost like talked myself into liking that more. Like at first,
it feels more intentional.
Last episode definitely. This episode a little bit. Yeah. I just kept thinking like I feel like nothing's happening. That's not necessarily bad, but it's not as engaging. But if you're gonna make a season about characters' doubts and anxiety, isn't that exactly what should happen?
Sure.
Is that they cannot progress.
Yeah. Sydney is postponing talking to Carmen and telling that guy yes or no because she doesn't know what to do. So like
she hasn't signed the agreement. She hasn't said yes or no.
Yeah.
So you.
I like it here. I don't like it in House of the Dragon.
Sure. So like you could have where like you're meant to feel the same that these characters are, where it's like I feel like I can't move and can't progress forward, and you're like I feel like we didn't move forward. It's like well that's kind of where we're at, But maybe that's also like why like last season felt like we were striving to make this restaurant open and work, and they did. And you're like, yes, you felt like there was something happened, and we succeeded that and achieved that, you know.
Yeah. The accomplishment.
And in this one, it just ends with to be continued because like we still haven't gone anywhere yet. We had a baby.
Yeah,
we did that.
Yeah,
I think
which
this
was like
season,
that episode was one of the best episodes I think.
The best.
That might have been the 7 fishes or whatever it was of like last season or whatever, right?
Sure. I also feel like this season didn't focus so much on the other staff that have been progressing. So it did give much more of a feeling that like we only see people not achieving, not progressing, not like
we did get Tina.
We did
like
get
her
some
background
Tina
and stuff, and I did like that. And I feel like from where she was to where she is now, there's been a lot of progression.
Yeah.
And I think you see that when you cut like you look at Sydney and she's like having panic attacks. She doesn't know what to do. She's thinking about leaving. Carmen is like thinking about like Claire, and then like constantly haunted by the review and stuff. But then like the times
David Fields is in his head.
Yeah, but then the times we cut to like Tina and Marcus, they're making cotton candy and laughing.
Yeah,
they're thinking about
he's making
magic.
desserts
You know,
and,
like whatever that scene was, where he was like watching a magic show. You know, like
the bear will be great when Carmi can actually run it. Like right now, it's like he can't run it because he's too focused on perfection.
There's no leadership.
Yeah.
That works with the staff, right?
Yeah.
Like if you had a bunch of Davids, then maybe that leadership could push through. You know, maybe that style could thrive there with those personalities, but the personalities at the beef, at the bear, that doesn't work.
Yeah. And Richie is also kind of like on the precipice of maybe attempting to not be alone. You know what I mean? Like
I want him to
having
find
that
happiness
aspect that he's been kind of like striving against.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like that's another like.
Did you tell her I was alone?
Yeah.
I need him to call his ex and be like, "Hey, I'm coming to the wedding, and I'm bringing someone. +1."
But like he's alone. He, I think he still has feelings for his ex.
Yeah.
But she's getting married and having a wedding
Yeah.
that he's also invited to. So he's in this weird place where it's like
complicated.
she's clearly moving on, but I still care for her, and I want to be there because of the daughter and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's like, I don't, what does he do?
Well, and for his ex too. Like she said, like, I know it's tough, but I really need you there. Like put me before you is kind of what he heard there. Which is I understand why he wants to do that, but it's got to be so tough, man. Because he still has feelings for that lady.
Yeah, and she said like, it's okay if you can't, but I still need you there anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of like our main characters that I think are stuck, and maybe that's what they're going for. Whereas a lot of our other characters, they've helped and maybe build up or changed. Even the guy running the beef window is kind of in a little better place than where he was last season.
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of the other side characters are doing well, and a lot of like the main characters are kind of like just like I don't know what to do and I'm stuck. And I like Richie asking Jess like, how do you keep that, like, what's the secret for the I don't know, energy,
the hype.
All that stuff,
the motivation. How do you keep it going? Yeah. Well, it's one of my favorite shows. I do kind of, I get a little bit of enjoyment about watching people argue about if it's a comedy or not, because it is a comedy, at least in the sense of like the categories it's being put in for awards and stuff like that. Because there are many times where I don't feel like I do have a lot of fun and we laugh a lot watching the show, but that's not ever my favorite part of this show either.
Most of the time I feel like it's uncomfortable laughter or like,
I don't know. Facts, John Cena, like when they show up and they're doing their haunting shit. And, like John Cena showing up and I was like, who, what? What's he doing here? Like all those moments and stuff with the facts are some of my favorite funny moments.
It just challenges the boxes that we try to put things in for shows like this. They can do a bunch of different stuff and doesn't have to feel like, no. Let's not bum them out. Let's make them laugh for a half hour. It's like, no, they can feel different things in that half hour.
Sure.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to more. I'm hoping that when it does come back, I would like twice as much to happen as happened in the season.
Just more progress in general of the story.
A little bit.
I'm still wondering what Cicero didn't want to tell. Like that's another thing, right? Like Cicero didn't want to tell him something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many of those questions that I have where it's like, what are we gonna do? When are we gonna talk to Claire? When are we gonna stop yelling at everybody?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
When's Sydney gonna confront Carmen about this?
Yeah. Maybe season 4?
Hope so.
Probably not.
Guys, thank you so much for checking out this season of The Bear with us. We are now caught up with everybody. So when season 4 comes around, make sure you remember your old friends at Blind Wave. And also, there's a million other things that we watch right too. You don't have to leave. Please stay.
Yeah, it's not just about the show.
Please.
It's about the people and the other shows that they can watch.
No, not about
and the people that watch them.
No, it's not about the show.
Yeah.